Hello students, today I'm going to teach you a very interesting chapter from your class 10 syllabus. The name of the chapter is The 100 Dresses and it is written by Eleanor Estes. It is divided into two parts, part 1 and 2, but I have created one single video for the same. At the end of the chapter, I'm going to give you the main character sketch of the main characters. I'm sure you would love this video and do tell me how you liked it because a lot of effort has been gone into finding the pictures and all. So let us begin the chapter. It is about school life and you would surely love. Now the story The 100 Dresses, written by Eleanor Estes, is about a quiet and a shy girl named Wanda Petronsky. Wanda was a Polish immigrant who had come to America with her family. She attended school with American children. All her classmates found her name to be strange and probably the weirdest in the classroom. Obviously, Petronsky is not a very usual name that you hear every day, so they used to tease her because of her names. They're small children, so it was a common practice. This is because they all had easier names. She was poor and was always seen wearing a faded blue-colored dress. She came from a place called Boggin Heights, and her feet were usually smothered with dry mud. So she sat in one corner of a classroom at the back where noisy and rough boys who got low marks sat. There was a lot of dirt, mud, and scuffing of feet in that particular area. Her classmates teased her because she claimed to have 100 dresses, all lined up in her closet, although she was always seen wearing a blue-colored faded dress. The ones who mainly teased her were the two best friends, Peggy and Maddie. Peggy was the most famous girl in school, while anyone barely knew Wanda. Peggy and Maddie would often ridicule her appearance and dressing sense. As time passed, Peggy and Maddie never missed an opportunity to tease Wanda and always waited for her before school so that they could make fun of her. Nonetheless, Wanda hardly paid heed to their teasing remarks. Maddie was a poor girl herself and she didn't approve of Peggy's teasing Wanda at all times. However, she was terrified that she could become the next target if she objected. She herself used to wear second-hand clothes discarded by Peggy, and hence she was afraid that she might also lose her best friend Peggy if she complained. She wanted Peggy to stop making fun of Wanda, but could not summon the courage to face her as she feared she would lose her best friend. However, Peggy's intention was never to hurt Wanda. She was a nice girl at heart, and there is a line which is written that she could never even hurt animals. But she was curious as to why Wanda had to lie that she had 100 dresses in her closet. And she used to say that she had 60 pairs of shoes in her closet when asked and wondered why she wore the same dress to school if she had so many dresses in her wardrobe. Anybody having 100 dresses, you would wear one dress every day and the next time the same dress you have to wear after 3 months. Wanda, though a quiet girl, spoke a lot about her 100 dresses. She told the girls that her dresses were made of velvet or silk. Basically, it's a very expensive material. All had different colors and designs. She specially mentioned her two dresses, one pale blue in color with colored trimmings, and the other bright green with red stash. Wanda's absence from school was not noticed for 2 days, but on the third day, Peggy and Maddie, who missed the fun of laughing at her, waited for her at the corner of Oliver Street, where they used to meet her on their way to school. But Wanda did not turn up and they got late for school. The next day it was drizzling. Peggy and Maddie did not wait for Wanda. They never wanted to be late for school because they were anxious to know the result of the drawing competition. It was to be announced that day, and Maddie was sure that Peggy would win the contest as she was very good at drawing. As they entered their classroom, they stopped and gasped. 100 drawings of bright and beautiful and differently designed dresses were displayed all over the room. Everyone who entered the room murmured with admiration. Miss Mason, their class teacher, announced the result. Among the boys, Jack Boggles had one for his motorboat, and amongst the girls, Wanda Petronsky. She asked the students to give her a special applause, though she was not present to enjoy it. She had submitted 100 sketches, and every sketch was worth winning the best prize. Truth about the same 100 dresses which Wanda used to speak about was unveiled. That day, she truly had 100 dresses all lined up, but in the classroom. At that moment, Peggy and Maddie, who were awestruck, realized the theory of 100 dresses and felt guilty about having treated her badly and underestimating Wanda's talent. They realized that she used to talk about these 100 dresses, these 100 drawings, and not the dresses in physical presence. They realized that Wanda was such a talented girl who drew such lovely sketches and was the most deserving winner of the drawing competition. The second part of the lesson begins with all the students of room number 13, where this classroom, the classroom was in room number 13, having a look at the wonderful drawings of Wanda Petronsky. Only then a note is received by Miss Mason from Wanda's father, Jan Petronsky, informing that none of his two children will attend the school as they were moving to a big city when no one would judge them for their names or appearance in the new city. Miss Mason was shocked when she realized that Wanda was teased with derogatory remarks by her classmates and conveyed her disappointment to the class. Maddie felt guilty for being a coward as she never stopped Peggy from taunting Wanda. She was so upset that she couldn't focus on her studies and often had nightmares of mistreating the poor girl. Thus, she decided to meet Wanda and clarify all the misunderstandings and tell her that she never intended to hurt her feelings. She was determined to go to Wanda's place and inform her about winning the drawing competition. Soon after school was over, Maddie and Peggy decided to set off to Wanda's residence at Boggins Heights to meet her. But to their dismay, there was no sign of life in and around the house. Wanda and her family had already vacated the house, and their visit was rendered fruitless. Maddie lost her sleep thinking what a coward she is, who couldn't stand against the wrong. That day she decided that she'll never let anyone tease someone like that again. That weekend, Peggy and Maddie decided to write a letter to Wanda. They were both guilty that initially they had originally meant to be apologetic, but they ended up writing a friendly note asking her how did she like the new place. Many days passed, however, there was no reply from her to their letter. Soon it was Christmas time and Miss Mason received a letter from Wanda. In it, Wanda sent Christmas greetings to all and mentioned the beautiful 100 dresses sketches that she drew for the coloring contest. She stated that the girls could keep those sketches of 100 dresses, and she gifted special drawings to Peggy and Maddie. The same blue colored and the red dress that she used to talk about. Maddie got the blue drawing. The girls accepted the gifts and pinned them in their respective bedroom. Maddie would often gaze at the picture for a long time and notice that the face in the drawing of the blue dress with trimmings resembled her own face. So Wanda had drawn that picture, that dress, keeping Maddie in mind. She rushed to Peggy's house immediately to check if her drawing too looked like Peggy. Seeing that Wanda had designed the green dress with red trimmings, keeping her in mind, Peggy felt sorry for teasing a talented girl like Wanda. She wondered that though she had passed derogatory remarks about her name and appearance, Wanda always remained quiet and never complained about it. Maddie wiped her tears and often thought of Wanda standing alone in that sunny spot in the schoolyard, rightfully claiming about her 100 dresses all lined up in her closet. Thus, they both concluded that Wanda did like them. Finally, they realized racial discrimination ruins personal lives and relationships. What lesson do we learn from this? So basically, in the story, we learn that we should not judge anyone for being different. Wanda was poor, but she was very talented. The story teaches all that we should never tease or make fun of others for being unique, rather treat them with respect. Hence, we should not discriminate against anyone on the basis of their appearance, their caste, or ethnicity. Being narrow-minded or prejudiced has an adverse effect on people and impacts relationships in a society to a great extent. Now coming to the character sketch of Peggy, she's a very rich, pretty American girl, most famous girl at school, intelligent, good at studies, scored good marks and sat in the front row, was very sentimental, couldn't bear an animal to be hurt and protected small children from bullies. At times she seems bossy and dominated Maddie, who was her close friend. She loved fun and enjoyed teasing Wanda because of her faded blue dress. She asked her mockingly how many dresses she had. Took Wanda, a dull-headed girl, and could never realize how bad Wanda must be feeling about her teasing. She was a self-righteous girl and thought she did nothing wrong in teasing Wanda. But at the end of the story, we come to know she is a girl with a golden heart. She changed her opinion when Wanda won the girls' medal in the drawing competition. Instead of being jealous, she praised wholeheartedly Wanda's drawing. She also visited Boggins Heights and wrote a letter to Wanda when she stopped coming to school. She later learned the lesson that bullying and teasing others is not right. Coming to the character sketch of Maddie, she was a kind and a compassionate American girl. She's a best friend of Peggy. She joined other girls in teasing Wanda, but she really didn't like teasing others. Being sensitive and emotional, she wanted to stop Peggy from teasing Wanda. Many nights before sleeping, she would give imaginary speeches defending Wanda when others teased her. But she could not gather courage, as she was afraid of Peggy. She was extremely poor and borrowed many dresses from Peggy, which her mother used to alter so that nobody in school could remember seeing them before and they could feel that it was a new dress. She feared Peggy could make her the next victim, and she feared losing her friendship. She had a high opinion about Peggy and believed that Peggy would win the art contest. She was guilty for remaining silent. When Wanda left the school, she felt very restless and could not sleep at night. She went to Wanda's house to say sorry and decided not to remain silent if anybody was being teased for their poor dress or funny name. She would speak up. Coming to the last character sketch, that is of Wanda Petronsky. Wanda was a poor Polish girl who was shifted to America from Poland with her parents. She joined an American school. She was different from other students. She belongs to a very poor family and lives in the poor area of town with her brother and father at Boggins Heights. She was very calm, shy, and a quiet girl. She does not talk to anyone and hardly speaks anything in class or laughs. She wore the same faded blue-colored dress every day. She did not mind being made fun of by her classmates, Peggy and Maddie. She did not have any true friend and sits in the last row of the class with some naughty boy so that nobody notices her. She is very determined and shows her talent and determination in the drawing competition by displaying 100 sketches of dresses having different colors and design and won the girls' medal in the art competition. She was a talented, creative, and had a good aesthetic sense. This also proved her statement that she had 100 dresses all lined up in the closet. Though she had been a constant target and a stock of laughter for Peggy and other girls, she replied to their letter, request Mrs. Mason to tell the girls to keep those 100 dresses, signifying her large-heartedness and forgiving nature. In the end, she also wrote that give those dresses to the girls. I have made another dresses for myself. So we have a lot of appreciation for this girl at the end. I hope you like this video. If you like it, do like, share, comment or subscribe. Till then, happy learning.